encounters on the mountain.
You seeing that?
I'd like you to meet our inspector.
Along with dire warnings from Chuck, has the team spooked.
When they think you found a treasure, they might step in and either steal it from you or just kill you right then and there.
So Bingo wants to know if their safety is truly in jeopardy and how deep the treasure conspiracy goes. To get answers, Bingo's meeting with author and New York Times contributor Roland Keltz.
Hey, Roland.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to finally meet you, sir.
Who's uncovered covert operations by the United States government involving Yamashita's treasure.
On our mountain, we're getting a lot of attention, and a lot of it could be just paranoia. But I'm really wondering who historically would have been interested in this treasure and who may have benefited from it. Who might be after us if we do find something?
You know, to really understand the story of this treasure and how deep and how distant it goes, you have to go back to what I would call a key point or pivotal point in history, which is when the man who oversaw the American occupation of Japan and was arguably the most powerful person in Japan at the time, the ruler of Japan, when he learns about this massive treasure hidden in the Philippines. And that man is General Douglas MacArthur.
After Japan's official surrender on September 2nd, 1945, Allied occupation of Japan began. Led by the Supreme Commander of the Allied powers, U.S. General Douglas MacArthur.
Well, MacArthur, he was the king of the roost.
A five-star general, MacArthur commanded successful military campaigns from World War I through the Korean War. After World War II, MacArthur ordered the Tokyo Trials, a military tribunal to prosecute the leaders of Japan for war crimes, with the exception of General Yamashita, who was tried separately and sentenced to death beforehand.
The Tokyo trials were meant to be a rough equivalent of Nuremberg trials in Germany. However, as we know, in Germany, there were several parties at the table. In Japan, largely, it was the Americans.
Allegedly, MacArthur led an effort during the trials to extract intelligence from the Japanese defendants in exchange for reduced charges, or in some cases, even complete exoneration.
So here you have this sudden opportunity. The Americans are running the Tokyo trials. People were looking for ways to save themselves and their families. So deals were being made, left and right. Many Japanese who would give intelligence about military campaigns in Asia, about communist China, about Soviet Russia, and intelligence about a treasure, a massive treasure. That's how someone like MacArthur got access to all this information.
According to Roland, MacArthur alerted President Truman to the war loot hidden in the Philippines, effectively launching a covert American operation to extract the treasure.
You say General MacArthur all the way to President Truman. I mean, those are some really bold claims. Is there any actual evidence to back this up?
Well, you know, actually, it's kind of extraordinary how much evidence there is. I have here material that quite explicitly shows that General MacArthur was knowingly involved in capitalizing on this loot that the Japanese had stolen, but also that he knew how it could be used. This is a report from MacArthur. Now, these documents were not publicly available at the time.
Okay. So declassified.
What we have is declassified information, and the fact that he has actually found this treasure and has declared that he can keep it.
These are MacArthur's words.